Hello everybody, this is emmavoid here with another new Let's Play. Today we're starting Tangle Tower, a neat little murder mystery game that's sort of like, what have I heard it's, blah, 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 blah. It's sort of like the Professor Layton games from what I've heard. So yeah, hopefully it'll be interesting, something, you know, a little dark and spooky and mysterious for Halloween month, but not like so spooky focused that everybody can watch, or most people at least. So yeah, let's get started. Tangle Tower, mid-afternoon. Alright. Lake's Edge.
You ready, Sally?
Brimore, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
I guess we've got our main characters.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Alright. Murder victim Freya Fellow died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow in Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Tangle Tower. A small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. Surrounded by a circular lake, water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs, too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Alright. What do we know about the victim? Died. Flora was present. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Same stuff we already saw. How was Freya killed? Good question. Alright. Looks like that's what we've got for now. And how about a map? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Crime scene. Makes sense.
So, who do you think did it?
Sally, you know full well we haven't met a single suspect yet. We haven't even been to the crime scene.
Still, I reckon I've got it all worked out.
Oh, really? I like her.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune.
Please don't do that.
Please don't do that.
I tied the boat up to the mooring post, so it'll stay put. For now. Probably.
Probably.
Loving the confidence. It's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on or off the island.
What a comforting thought.
So, how... What? Okay, never mind. Whatever.
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent, wooden wind chimes.
It kind of defeats
Just
the
an
purpose.
archway, but it seems a little ominous. Like walking through it might give you bad luck.
Too late.
Wow. Yeah, they've got, like,
The ground's
nearly
moist,
everything.
but it's not muddy.
Yeah, info for nearly any point of interest you'd tap on.
Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already. That's a big lake.
It's kind of purple. Looks poisonous.
I think it's just water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water with poison in it. Mountains.
So how did you guys get past the mountains?
They're too steep and too smooth to be mountains. They're more like cliffs.
Whatever they are, they go all the way around the lake, like a barrier.
Alright.
It's a garden, I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ah, it's gotta actually travel
Ready
using
when
the
you
map. I gotcha. Alright. Here we go.
And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape.
What?
Or it used to be.
Ugh. Damaged tape. Damaged by water. The ink is blurred and illegible. Huh. I already found a clue. Maybe. I don't know.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
I mean, everything here looks kind of strange, honestly.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
Makes sense. How about this one?
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it
Sounds
working?
likely.
No.
Oh, what a win.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
Playing a harp.
playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Hang on a second.
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's come back later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Aha. We'll have to come back later.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Makes sense. Alright. Moving on. Huh.
Oh,
Oh.
What?
oh, there's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tangle Tower.
Tour.
Twar.
It's for beauty that killed the beast. Who's
Think
this?
he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Yeah, makes sense. Ooh, what's this?
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
They left it outside in a bush.
No, definitely.
Opened letter. Envelope's been ripped open, single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Huh. Neat. It does not actually say that. But neat that there's a little, this thing. Magnifying glass, that's the word.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Huh.
Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
Eh.
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
Sure. Let's go with that.
A path leading towards the stone square.
What about this?
That leads back to the gardens.
Ah. What's with these?
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
Good question. Alright. So we could go inside or over here.
Let's head to the crime scene first.
Oh,
It's at
fine.
the top of the West Tower, I think.
I see how it is. Nobody wants to let me explore. Grand Hall. Okay. Wow. Yeah, they've really split this
Finally,
place.
we get to investigate a murder in a spooky mansion.
It's not that spooky, really.
Don't ruin this.
Don't ruin this for me. See, I told you
It's
all.
a
Spooky
big
mom.
glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Anymore.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Huh. Fellows, Remingtons, and the Pointers. Interesting.
Fiona Fellow, dead center. She must be important.
She's half fellow and half Remington.
She's also dead.
Do you think she still lives here?
Or wasn't she? Wasn't she the victim? No, it was no. Was it Freya? It was Freya.
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
There we go.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Interesting. Alright, I'm sure we'll come back to this later. Alright. Up we go. Flora's Tower. Right.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
I mean, yeah? Yes? So it was the painting that killed her, supposedly.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Freya was unable to finish the painting. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. So, whose blood? Whose blood is that? Also, this background stuff might be important, possibly.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
A distinct possibility.
There's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Okay, so blood, something, etc. Holding a knife tipped with what? Okay, so hold up. I'm pretty sure the important things are the blood and the portrait. Hidden inside, used to kill, completely covered, used to knock out, holding a knife tipped with... Oh, so... Freya was going to eat it. There we go. Remove from the scene. Fits. I think maybe that works.
Flora Fellow is holding a knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Now,
No. The painting is holding a knife.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Almost. Maybe just change.
Oh, right. It wasn't removed. It's... I mean, yeah, I guess because Freya put it there?
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because Freya put it there. Almost. Maybe just
Oh, because it stabbed
Flora's
Freya.
portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
A distinct possibility.
Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Is there
Right.
maybe like
But
a
it's
hole
not
in the
actually
painting?
a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Or can it? Neat. Alright, well. Let's maybe talk to the lady.
Flora fellow?
Huh.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now. Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
I guess so.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
Do you
She's
ever
not
talk?
going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Huh. I mean, I wonder if she isn't possibly mute.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya?
Either mute or
She's acting
traumatized
pretty
or...
suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
How is it possible?
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies besides staring out the window?
No, just that. I mean, you could ask about anything, apparently.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Yeah. Only one of these things I think she might have response to. No, nothing. Alright. I guess we'll look around a little more. So she was definitely standing about where she is now, judging by where the plant is.
A little pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
Well, unless, you know, the plant was moved, but there doesn't really seem to be. Okay.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Tried red paint? You sure? Variety of paints. Largest is a blob. brush is still covered in dried red paint, but the only red on the painting was the blood. So whose blood is it? Whose blood? This game is already weird.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Interesting. There's cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. Noticeable crack. All the way from the horn down to the tape deck. Interesting.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
To Freya, aw. Crack down the middle.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
Gramophone can still be used to listen to audio cassettes.
It's piano music.
Interesting. Let's see if this plays anything. Huh.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Interesting. Well then.
Is
What else we
that
got?
an egg? An egg with bird feet.
Makes about as much sense as anything else here.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
Huh.
I think it's a container for something.
Interesting.
Those gems look like they come off.
Swap position of gems. Rotate egg to see clue on the back.
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
Alright, so... Ah, there we go. Wait, hold up. Oh no, so it's not... Okay, I got it messed up. They don't have the same arrangement. I gotcha. Okay, so... I'm sure about this one. Because it's got that very distinctive shape. What else have we got? There's that one, which is red on the end that's closer, and then green on the other. So that would be...
got it.
Yay!
I'm impressed.
What's in it? What's in it?
Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
I mean, could be. Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining is soft velvet material. Supported by a stand made of brass, rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Yeah, alright.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Freya's painting supplies.
There we go. Glass pots are all cracked down one side. Alright, I think that might be... Oh wait.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
Probably not. Alright, well, I think that might be... Oh, well... Real quick. Yeah, what's
Flora,
this?
This is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
Nope. I guess we
Is
might
there
as
no
well
gramophone?
ask about everything.
Do you know why it's cracked?
Why is everything in here cracked? Okay. I think we're done in here for now. So, I guess we'll check out the other rooms? Workshop.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Oof, yeah. Interesting. These paints have the same label that some of the other paints had. But not all of them. In fact, it's just this red one. So that one's probably the odd one out. It might possibly be from here.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
I mean, we did just find something locked that had nothing inside of it, but, you know, whatever. Ooh.
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
Combination for the chest's padlock. Aha! I got this. So, an X, where you can see a dragon, a mountain, a tree, and birds. Maybe birds. Dragon, mountain, tree. Might be this one. Let's see, that's 4I. Ah. Why are there... Okay, so those ones are directions. Northwest, southeast. Oh, so that's probably for which direction it's pointing. So... I... for... north?
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
Hmm. So it could be looking in any direction. Ah, maybe... H6 West.
That's done it.
Yay!
Neat.
Neat.
What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Child with green hair, a woman with gray hair, red and white beard, bird, and a broad-shouldered man. Oh, that woman's definitely Flora. And that might be... what's her name? Freya? And the actual red paint. Interesting, interesting.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in.
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure. Puffer fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
Cause why not?
That's a massive conch shell. Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
I hope so.
Dorks.
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
Okay.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
Thanks,
If you
I
would, Mr.
guess.
Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Uh-huh.
Rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Thanks for letting us know there's secret rooms, I guess.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer slash treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But
Uh-huh.
I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long.
And
I
how
go
long have you been
wherever
here?
The winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
He does not sound like he believes that.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here.
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Uh-huh.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
Screams? What do you got?
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent? Perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right. Fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Alright. Time for the bigger questions. So,
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
yeah, I
What
wanted to
about
get
her
another look at that.
inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
That's interesting.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes, been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
Interesting.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Yes, basking. That's one way to look at it. Alright, so.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Who's the bird?
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Sure.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Uh-huh. So,
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that. Does Florin normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
I mean, sure, I guess.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Ah.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. So we shall. It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Interesting.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house.
Well,
I
it
think
used to
perhaps
be.
she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome. Yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
What was it before, though? Come on.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I find it comforting.
Of course you do.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Alright.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall. I'm as confused as you are.
Okay. Alright. Looks like that's everything of interest we can ask him now.
An old wooden mask.
Probably cursed.
Probably cursed. And I think that's everything of particular interest in here. Impressive how he just passes right out.
Locked.
Alright, so let's take a look down here again.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
So, Freya, Felicia, and Damien. Lord and Lady Fellow, Lord and Lady Remington, Lord and Lady Pointer, Felix, Flora, Fiona. Okay.
Felix Fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects. Flora Remington.
We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Of course. Okay.
Poppy Pointer.
She's half Remington and half Pointer.
Do you think she still lives here?
Pretty sure. Alright. I get the feeling this actually isn't going to be that helpful. But... they wouldn't let me look at it before, but I want to go look now. What's out here? Ah.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Interesting.
A giant glowing gemstone full of plants.
AKA a greenhouse.
It's just a greenhouse, you dork.
You ever see a mushroom that big before?
Not in real life.
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
Just walk up and start messing with this.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. Ah. Not that we have any idea what the correct position is supposed to be, but, you know.
No.
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction. It's like cogs on a machine.
It's interesting.
Reset the puzzle? Just gonna rest my brain.
Yeah, I don't think we... I mean, I guess maybe technically we have? Huh. I was gonna say, I don't think we have whatever we need to solve that, but, like, previously the game told us we didn't. I don't know. Anywho, who are you?
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm
Nope.
sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective.
He
This is a
doesn't
joke.
correct her on the sidekick part.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Ah,
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
I mean, okay. But also, tell us about it.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working
It's
for?
rather specific.
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Okay, I like her.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What
Apparently.
did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too.
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Alright, give us your statement.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave,
Aw.
out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Interesting. Alright.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
Aw.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, detective.
I like Hawkshaw.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
I wonder where that bird got to.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious.
Yeah.
314 cases solved.
Nice.
314.
Alright, what do we got?
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
You know, I really do dig that since this is, you know, a completely brand new intellectual property sort of thing, that we don't know if magic is a thing that exists in this setting. Anywho.
You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday.
Was
I
there
thought
anything in
Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
it? Okay. Unless it had an invisible killer knife in it. No, I don't know.
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
Okay, let me see.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
She makes a good point.
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
She has a crush. I love it.
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
I'd tell him not to quit his day job. But he hasn't got one, has he?
You are correct.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Of
Your life
course.
sounds fun.
Aw.
Grimore, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
No. Hey.
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
No.
But I think it's probably you.
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
I like Hawkshaw a lot.
Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
Maybe.
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no, then. I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
Interesting. Alright, well. That's all we got for now.
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
It is pretty nifty. Ah, right. So this shows connections, if there are any. Oops. Oh, and then I pushed the wrong button. Connections, if there are any. Where the murder occurred and where the individual went. Alright. Well, might as well check out this last place down here. That's a little spooky. I'm just gonna poke around this place anyway.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
Magic beetle.
Hanging baskets. They're so high up.
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all the difference.
It really doesn't.
This one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Uh-huh. Interesting. Unusual blue color.
A little chart of actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Interesting. Yeah, no idea.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot. Tools. Used by a gardener for gardening.
Gardening tools.
It's glass, but I can't see through it.
Total oxymoron.
I am not.
No, you really are.
Sally, don't move. We're being watched.
Yeah,
I see him.
he's been there the whole time.
He's a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry.
Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
Aw. Oh no, he sounds sad. Also, what kind of a question is that? Come on.
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants?
Valid.
They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if
Grimoire.
you were talking to a slightly
Complete
stupid
idiot.
person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation.
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
I wonder if that's why
And
you're so
the local
tall.
expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
You sell yourself a little short there, I think, buddy.
I was in my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And?
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
Did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
We know you were there.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that?
No.
Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora
was
was there
dead.
too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long.
Aw.
But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Neat. Alright. What can you tell us about everybody?
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I
Interesting.
didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Interesting.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone. Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
I like Fitz.
She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
Interesting.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, that's... It was a joke. I was joking.
I see.
Bunch of dorks.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny, inedible fruit?
You look at it.
I mean, yeah, okay.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Yeah.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
I noticed that. I get the feeling that it was the bird. I don't know. That's my guess so far.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was Freya who made the painting. How did we get it, though? No, whatever.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Dork.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Apparently, Poppy likes tapes.
It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details. How odd.
Indeed.
There's something off about this.
What is it?
The red paint is blood.
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly. That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it, but it was empty.
Fun story.
Yep.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Interesting way of putting it.
That's quite sweet, really. Felix made that. Huh.
Better than you'd expect, right? Alright, I think we're done here for now.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the Fellow Tower.
This could be interesting.
We'll check it out later. Alright. And real quick, since we're already here...
I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa.
I mean, it's
scandal.
not much
I
of a
just
secret.
wonder if he's getting restless.
Yeah, he seems like a chill dude.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
I don't know. Alright. Well, anyhow, I think that's probably enough for today's episode. So, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to come back next time and we'll continue our investigation, talk to more suspects, and really, I'm interested in checking out Freya's room. I mean, I would assume she has a room, right? You think? I don't know where exactly it is. Possibly one of these two? I don't know. Either way, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, all that jazz. Be sure to check in the doobly-doo for links to places to throw money my way or hang out with me on Twitter or my Discord server or whatever. And comments. I always appreciate comments. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody!